Okay.
in your mouth.
Okay. Good morning. I thought I'd make just a short video so that I can talk to you really briefly about the insects and how it is that you're going to be doing the release once you get the release package by Purolator. So these are your insects right here. They're going to be shipped in this exact container. It's going to be covered with packing tape. So once you get the package, you want to take the packing tape off, open it up. The insects are going to be inside. They're in a plastic bag. They're on purple loosestrife foliage. And I would say right away what you want to do is, if you have some cold packs, just slip them in to the cooler. You want to maybe tuck them right down to the bottom of the cooler so they're not crushing the insects. And that's sort of job one. And then that'll keep the insects cool until you get them out into the field. You want to keep them in the shade. Don't keep them somewhere that's really hot or in direct sunlight while you're transporting them to your release site. So once you get to the release site, you're going to open up the container and open up your bag. And the insects are inside. They're mostly larvae. There's about 6,000 Gallercella larvae in this package. And the larvae are on cut stems of purple loosestrife. So once you get out in the field and you open the package, this is your opportunity to take a look at the insects. There's probably all three life stages in here. There's going to be larvae, there's going to be adults, and there's going to be some egg masses. And I'm going to send you some supporting material with some photographs, and you can use that to spend a little bit of time, or you can do it before you go out in the field as well. Just take a look at the insects so you kind of get familiar with what they look like. So when you go out into the field, you're going to be releasing all of these insects into a pretty small area. It's only going to be, maybe about this much surface area. Use your judgment when you get out in the field. You want to find plants that are kind of growing on the water's edge or have a little bit of wet feet to them. You don't want to release the insects onto dry plants. And you don't want to go out into the middle of a large infestation of loosestrife and release the insects there. Keep the insects to the edge of an infestation, and as the population builds, they're going to spread to move in to occupy the plants at the site. To do the release, it's super simple. You're going to grab small handfuls of this cut foliage, about that size, and you're going to tuck the cut stems down into the plants that are growing at your site. Tuck them down in. They're going to be horizontal. You're going to kind of secure them into a clump. Yours are maybe down here because your growing season is a little bit different, clearly, than here in southern Ontario. And what will happen is the larvae and the adults that are on these cut stems are going to crawl onto the plants that are growing at your site. Depending on the size of the clumps, you could put 1 or 2 handfuls of cut stems on each plant in the field. It's not too, don't overthink it, how you're doing it. Basically, you just want to get those insects onto the loosestrife that's growing at your plants. You don't want the stems to fall in the water, so they're going to be secure. When you get to the bottom of the bag, what you want to do is take the bag, turn it inside out, because there will be larvae attached to the bag, and just shake the bag over top of one of the plants, and then your release is done. Take some notes, whether the day that you do the release, any kind of information that you think might be useful to you in the future, including some photographs. And good luck with your release. If you have any questions, you can email me, or I'll send Diane my text message. Okay, thanks.
It says low battery.
I think.